Hi, I'm Krista. I'm one of the co-founders of Objects in Order. And in this video, I'll walk you through creating your first Objects in Order base. But first, we have to answer the question, what exactly is a base? A base is your dedicated space for adding and organizing object data, assets, and content, and for creating and publishing digital exhibitions and modules. You can create a base for an entire museum collection, for a single exhibition project, for organizing an archive, or for cataloging an artist's latest work. And a base is really for anyone who works with, creates, or collects objects. And we mean any kind of object. So every base begins at level 1, which is free, no credit card required to get started. And if you don't yet have an Objects in Order account, you can go to objectsinorder.com to sign up for a free account, and we will include the link below. Now, after signing up, you'll take a quick welcome tour of the system. And then when you close the tour, you'll see the Objects in Order dashboard. And this is where you're going to see any bases that you've already created or of which you are a member. You can also access helpful guides here, or you can watch that welcome tour again. So to access an existing base, you would click the base card, which would appear here on the dashboard. But in this example, we're just getting started. So we're going to click the plus icon to add a base. So when you add a base, you're going to give it a name like Museum of History, Portraiture Exhibition, or Prints Collection. Just name it for whatever project you're working on, and then you'll choose a color. So for this example, we've named our base Prints Department Exhibitions. It's blue. And then the next step is to click Create Your Base. And just to mention, you can always update your selections later if you decide to change the name. So you'll begin here on the Objects page where you'll see some helpful prompts to help you get started. You can add your first object, you can create and customize blueprints, you can create your first exhibition, or again, you can check out the guides. And while you can start adding objects right away, we do recommend that you begin with blueprints first. So you can either click here or you can click blueprints here in the menu. Now, blueprints are customizable forms with custom fields that you set up for your objects, exhibitions, and other projects. And you'll begin here with the core blueprints, and that's where you're going to be adding data fields that you need for every single object in your base. So you ask yourself, what information do I want to record for every object? So for this sample core blueprint, we're adding fields for date, medium, and accession number, since all the objects are going to have that data. And then after setting up your core blueprint, you can add blueprints for object types like paintings, prints, photographs. You can add exhibition blueprints. You can add blueprints for projects like inventories or groups like new acquisitions. And so here in this example, we are adding a blueprint called Lunar Visions. It's an exhibition blueprint, and we are going to start with our exhibition template. So the exhibition template includes fields for tombstone information, so artist, date, medium, and then also for object label text. And when you begin with a template, you can still rename and update and arrange the fields however you like. You can also add the fields that you need for your specific exhibition project. For more on blueprints, we would definitely recommend that you check out the video that's linked in the description. So now that blueprints are set up, we're back on our objects page. We're going to click here, add your first object, and then we're going to give our object a title, the moon, and we're going to select a primary blueprint. So we're going to use that Lunar Visions blueprint, and then click Add Object. So this is an object page, and the data fields that you see are generated by that selected blueprint. So the fields that you add to your blueprint, you're going to see here on your object page. When you get started, when you add your very first object, you are going to be prompted to take a quick tour of the UI just to help you get acclimated. And then one more thing to note here is that before you can add any files to an object, and so that's image, audio, video, etc., you are going to need to verify your email address. So you'll see a prompt on the page to do that. You're going to click this, and it's going to take you to your account page. So from your account page, you'll just click please verify your email, and a verification email will be sent to your email address. So also on your account page, you can add your first and your last name. You can add your company name if you have one, your phone number. You can decide whether or not to receive news, updates, and offers via email. You can add a profile photo. you're going to see any bases that you've created, and when you click a base here, it's going to take you to that base's settings page. So we'll see what that looks like in just a second. And then from the drop-down menu in the upper right-hand corner, you can just click your profile photo to open this up. You'll see a link back to the dashboard. You can sign out, or you can toggle between light and dark mode. So let's take a look at this base's settings page. So in settings, you can view your stats, your details, your history. You can download object data. You can delete your base. So there's a lot you can do here. And so just to review, every base begins at level 1, and that's free for up to 100 object records. No credit card is required to get started. And at level 1, you can have one base member, that's you. You can create up to 3 exhibitions. And lastly, you'll have 5 gigs of storage. And then when you're ready to add more objects, when you're ready to add and collaborate with base members, and when you're ready to publish exhibitions and modules, then you can start a monthly subscription plan. So that's how you create a base with objects in order. If you have any questions or if you need some help, don't hesitate to reach out, and you'll find a link to our website below. So thank you so much for your time, and see you next time. Bye.